some of your audience members are also in that process of letting go, and then so that they can chase something different. I'm curious about that language. Like, is that how you would describe what you're doing? Are you letting go so you can chase this path, or
I don't know. I think I always go back and forth between this, where I think you have to put, like, you have to surrender to it. Like, for me, like with Ryder now, trying to fully let go. But then I struggle with, like, you have to be disciplined and put the work in. But you also have to let things happen how they are, and be able to kind of read some of the signs that are coming through. But the problem is, like, I don't like saying just surrender and see what happens. There has to be both. Like, if you just surrender and see what happens and just fucking stand there all day, nothing's going to happen. I mean, it could. I don't know. Maybe something falls out of the sky and you get what you want. But I think you still have to put a lot of effort in. But how do you classify that without saying... I guess I don't really know the wording to use to classify how you would do that without saying, like, I don't know, chasing or having to drive to, like, really, you have to get what you, I don't know, you have to put something out there to get something back, I guess, maybe.
Interesting.
I don't know.
That's a
yeah.
Let's probe this a little bit, or probe this for a little bit. So
I think it's more, well, because what we talked about last night too is, like, if you are giving value and you're doing something that's, like, has a positive impact for people, and you're doing, it's something you care about and something that's, like, impactful and, valuable to the world, I guess, or anybody, even just one person, that it'll work out. I believe, but I think if you're out there trying to scam and, like, do random shit to just make quick money, it probably isn't going to work. I mean, it could. There's lots of people who do it and have made money, but it's probably not worth the effort you have to put in.
It makes me think of a quote, something to the effect of, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. So if you believe that it's possible to succeed following a path where you're of service and giving and helping people and learning and then finding a way to teach, if you believe...
Yeah.
But if you believe that that's not possible, it sounded like maybe some of your beliefs earlier were like, there's no way I can make money. There's no way I can succeed. There's no way I could live doing work like that. Well, you're probably right as well.
Yeah. No, 100%.
It really comes back to, what do you believe is possible?
Yeah.
Because if you're committed to the belief that you can't succeed following an authentic, sort of inspired life of service, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, for sure.
You're working with your sort of inner lawyer there, the rules and laws that your sort of inner self is set. So it sounds like you're really opening up to the former way of being, which is it's possible. And in fact, it's almost sounding like for you, it's the only way now. You've seen something, you've experienced a shift, and you can't go back.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you need most right now, Shelby? Like right now, what do you need most?
I don't know. It just seems like making the time to do, I don't know, just to keep working on this stuff and putting the energy out there. I don't really know.
And are you having any trouble with that? Because I know I can see you're doing a lot. You got me back here. You're sending out the messages. Like, but are you struggling with that at all?
Oh yeah, I mean, every day it's like, yeah, I mean, every day it's definitely a struggle.
And what's that? Tell me more about the struggle. What are you finding most difficult?
I don't know. It's kind of like, I guess it's just like, every day it's a struggle to just not think about money, really. It's like, yeah, the book makes that shift, but it's not lasting. It's like you have to keep pushing that every day. Kind of like in the email that I wrote today. Just because I read that book and I felt like that for a day, I could just fall back into my normal, comfort zone and whatever. I read that, but forget about it.
Right. That's what happens with a lot of A lot of us, we've both experienced that in our past too. We get inspired, and then we go back to our patterns of safety.
But then to like enforce that every day and just keep doing it, that's where it's a little bit hard, right? It's like every day I got to wake up and go, okay, it doesn't matter, just do what I can that's valuable today, and we'll see what happens.
So you're saying, what I'm hearing you say is you're struggling with the thoughts, particularly around money. Every day, that's a bit of the struggle. So what are you thinking about money? What are the thoughts or beliefs? Are there patterns?
Oh no, I just worry about like, what if I don't make enough in time to, like, in case of, and even like the thought of having to like, because one of the guys on the call last night was asked about being financially. You think it's better to be financially stable before you pursue like a passion? And
someone asked you that,
yeah, and
and then you go, "Whoa, am I financially stable? What am I doing?" Like, kind of.
Well, and I said
trigger?
I said what most people do when they start is like set their baseline of how much they need to essentially live. Like, obviously, I mean, you could buy a fucking tent and sleep in the bushes if you wanted to, but you know, to pay your
The next episode will be recorded from Shelby's tent in the backyard.
Yeah, like it could be. But yeah, it's like to just, you know, set your baseline and just figure out how can you make that much money. I mean, obviously you could go beyond and set bigger goals, but that's what most people do. Well, I see a lot of people that do that kind of. It's like, hey, all I need to do is make this much. If I can do that, then whatever, we'll just keep going. So, but then I thought about it. I'm trying not even to think about that because, like, I don't want to think about the minimal most money I can make just to get by with what I'm doing. Like, I just want to forget about having to make it at all and just seeing what happens. If that makes sense.
So come back a bit. So what are the fears though? Or thoughts that are difficult that you have around money every day?
Honestly, like, yeah, it's really just that. Just what if I don't make any money in a couple months, and then
what if I don't make any money?
Yeah.
So what if? And do you let yourself answer that question, or do you just sort of?
Yeah, I just kind of say like it doesn't really matter. Like even if I went 6 months and made no money, I'd still be alive. And like I always know. I kind of justify it by saying that I always know how to make money. Like I have skills to go back to, you know, like realistically worst case, okay, I'll just go fucking build a truck part or I don't know, fix somebody's truck for $1,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's always a way that I could make some money.
So just to slow down a little bit, you have the thought, what if I don't make money? And probably many different thoughts, but there's a theme there for sure of like, yeah, what if this doesn't work out? And then part of you gets to answer that question. Well, I've got a lot of skills that I've built up, and worst case scenario, I can go back to what I'm doing, or I can go, you know, build stuff or fix people's cars.
I mean, worst case would probably be have to get a job, but yeah. I don't like thinking about that.
So your worst case is what a lot of people's best case is. I just want a job.
Yeah.
It's pretty privileged. That's pretty awesome. So is that usually enough to sort of solve that fear, or?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. And you just keep moving.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario is I have to get a job.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't even know why I think of jobs that bad anyways. Like it just depends. Yeah. I don't know.
Let's double click on this. What if I don't make money? Why do you think that's even a question?
I don't know. Just because I want to be able to still live and do the shit I like doing. Yeah.
But is there a bit of a fear that you're not going to be able to succeed going down this path in making money through this path?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit still.
Yeah. It's like the ultimate
fear. Even right now, everything I'm doing is for free, right? Like the podcast is free. The email stuff I'm doing is free. Like I've only done one live. I mean, it's still new. But the thought of like eventually charging, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like I'll just have to see what happens when I get to that point where start charging for whatever I'm doing.
So the belief there is like I can't make money doing this. It's still
it's not really a can't now. It's just kind of like more of a when and a bit of a how. I try to like let go of the how. And the when really like because even the list is already forming like I envisioned it to be that, to have like a weekly live and have a group of like, you know, even if from this list of 50, only those 5 people stick with it, um, who cares? That's 5 people who actually give a shit about
Mhm.
me and what I'm doing and wanting to help themselves and
Right.
care about their
Right.
fucking lives too, right?
So it's all
So
happening almost faster than you expected
yeah,
as you sort of
and
let go
like
more and
that
more.
was just a random little vision that I had that I thought about trying, and like it's already halfway together in 12 days.
Yeah.
So thinking about that, and even just the people that, you know, I met some really cool guys on Wednesday who are doing some cool shit with Connection, um, and just like the people that I've been meeting, and even, you know, not focusing on, yeah, just like not focused on making money and just offering other people help, like how, you know, like when I was really inspired when I left the meeting with them because they're doing some crazy shit with just like the stuff that they're doing to connect with people and like events and their YouTube channel and stuff that they want to start doing. I was like, man, I'd be happy to like help you guys do like anything. I don't really care what it is, but if you want to hand like going to shoot one day, like I've done that kind of stuff. Or anything like putting stuff online or helping organize an event, like whatever it is,
Mhm.
I'd be down to do that, which I would normally never do that. I would have gone into that meeting and been like, these fucking guys will never make any money. Fuck, YouTube channels are stupid.
Mhm.
Connecting with people is like I would
It's a
always
waste of
just
time.
think about like, not really a waste of time, but I would have been like, yeah, I don't really know. Um, it'll take them forever to make money doing that. They should be selling some, you know, create some product, sell it online, do something.